All right, welcome back again. Welcome back. So we are going to go through this post, of course. This is from Akparawa, and a kind of response from him to CRC or Charter Republic, as case may be. Name can go and get well. So Akparawa says something that they normally use as a propaganda, and he's now using it to his own to his colleagues. They were together using the same slogan that Musa, let us continue doing that thing that made Musa to cry. That thing that Musa made Musa cry. Why is Musa no more? Why is Musa not crying? They used to say that to USB government. Now they're not saying it to themselves, but in a different way. And we are not going to spend much time on this one. So this is me begging you to like the video and subscribe to this channel. These are backup channel, our second channel, and your support is massively needed here. Make sure you put your comment and share it, like it, comment. Let's hear from you. So now Akparawa, the chief priest of Kevadi, decided to sneak in to react on the video that people that fall back again, double fall back, with zero belief this people press aside behind the make the rem gonna fall back. And Sonny is somehow mocking at them, saying, according to his post, he said, Musa said, if you must destroy Briggy and Biafran independence, justify their finance. Ask them why they did not break PM's head for accountability and transparency of where fundraising is going to when he was here. Everyone that ever come up, everyone that ever came up with accountability, PM and Mazam cannot block them. That is what APM is doing now. We are at war and no time for distraction. So now, Akparawa, you are a bunch of, in fact, you are very, very funny. I wanted to say something. It's just that some of us don't understand that. Some people don't know who is lying to them and who is not lying to them. I don't know why it's so difficult for people to know. So now, Akparawa, you are lying. You are a liar. Mazen and Morgan have not blocked anybody for accountability. Okay? And Mazen PM have not blocked anybody because of accountability. There are difference between genuine question and a kind of corny or trick question. You guys cannot use this to navigate your way. You are not PM, you are not Mazamonokan. Can we agree on that? You are not. No matter how you think you are trying to mimic them, you are not PM, you are not Mazamonokan. Until you begin to accept these facts, you will go nowhere. But this issue of Mazamonokan did it this way, why must I not do that way? You are not Mazamonokan. Nobody have the trust they gave to, you don't have the trust they gave to PM or Mazamonokan. The love and the trust, you don't have it. Because you fail to walk your way, you want to command the respect and the love. It is not done that way. You claim that PM, kick everybody for asking transparency and all that, accountability. People don't even question PM like you say. Why didn't you them? Why is it that you did not question PM or try to find out about money when PM was here? PM they make up for Naya. PM was not actually hiding. People like me and many other people, I believe, were kind of surprised that little money contribution the people are contributing can do this marvelous work. The work that PM was doing was so expensive and so huge to the extent that the DOS started panicking. Who this guy from? Where is he getting it from? That is the strategy. And you talked about Moses said they attack the account. Okay, can attack the account. You backed it up. You want to say no? Why is it that Ogen can refuse to release money from an account that he is in charge? He was pushing for Biafran to start spending money from the mandate account, not from his account, because he want to hijack. In fact, he has already planned on how to hijack and seize everything. Just that, or maybe they have, maybe somehow on a second thought, everything turned out to be the way it is. But you understand what I'm talking about? This person here that made this screenshot that Akparawa is, well, not even screenshot, I'm the one that made the screenshot, but it's a video. This is the headline. This is the head of the headline of that video, the kind of title or caption. Say, Brigi a non-stock corporation. Why PM did not include a president role? There was a kind of discussion on X pertaining the same issue and the role of Imam Madabo and any people, all the people working with them. So their role, they were discussing on X, and I think it's right after bring it to you. But before then, please do me a favor, like the video and subscribe. All right. So I'm not going to interrupt it. I will allow you to, just roll like that, because maybe it will help you to capture the message faster and easier. Listen.
You are doing this to your detriment. That's your money. You can decide to give it to who you want. We don't care. But the Biafran government in exile cares about the money you put in the new account is going to be transparently accountable. Any particular place's money is going, few people will know that money is going over there, and then there will.
You can see they are busy trying to advertising their accounts. These people. Okay, listen.
Used for, they will be properly accounted for, not just to the Biafran people, also to the government, where we have this legal entity, because we hear people saying, oh, Brigi is recognized by the US justice system and etc. You think being a legal organization in the justice system of America is just to come and do little things with the people in the de facto, or maybe do little things with the little of your group, start doing dodgy things? No. And the one thing he did as well that is absolutely gross misconduct, that he deserved this abolishment, is when Ogenkere stood on that podium and looked at the BRGIA trying to equate our operations with the Boko Haram, saying Boko Haram, how many times do they come up here and do this and that? That is an extremely gross misconduct. I'm sorry to say this, Biafran people, BRGIE is not a terrorist organization. We are a legal entity, and all our operations are legal. We are defending ourselves from the invaders of Nigerian government and other foreign powers. This is what we're fighting for. We are not fighting any individual. We are not going to worship any mammons. We must stand strong. MNK said it to us, before you can be able to get Biafra, you must be whiter than white and whiter than snow. Anything cut short of this, I'm sorry, I don't know what else you are looking for. Unfortunately, Biafrans, I need to really leave, but I have a lot. I really have a lot of things to talk to us about today, but I will be coming time to time. The reason I don't go to the other space is that when you want to talk, they shut you down. When you want to tell the truth, they don't want to hear truth. They are allergic to the truth. And then they were told not to watch what other people are doing, but not knowing that the intelligent and the wisest person is the one who looks at what 3 or 4 people having problems are doing. That's when you can be able to decide. But when you limit yourself to one information system, then you will, whatever corrosion and whatever disruption you brought to yourself by listening to that particular one part of information, then you will have yourself to be blamed. Biafran people, I don't really want to go too long, but I will be coming from time to time to speak, and I can see many people I'm seeing here are the real Biafrans. Just know that Biafran leaders emerges. Biafran leaders, is difficult to select Biafran leaders. Biafran leaders emerges, and we're going to be patient. We're going to be patient with the BSC, we're going to be patient with the CRC, as they're taking action to make sure that we, whatever that our BDF needs, that they're getting it. We're going to be very serious with our fundraising, and you're going to see how crazy fundraising is going to be going forward, because the real Biafrans has arisen. The real people of God have arisen. And if you are not whiter than white and whiter than snow, I'm sorry, you will be left behind. Thank you so much. Thank you, Master K, for holding this space. Thank you, Ebebere. Thank you, Biafra Echo. Thank you, Helen Peters, my sister. Thank you, Warrior sister. Thank you, Shimo. Thank you, Ahim. Thank you, Rita. Ekwensu. Oh, Ekwensu, your submission was amazing this afternoon. I really, really appreciate it. And I will be coming. I'm sorry for if I didn't call your name, but I love all of you. So as long as you're standing on the path of truth, I will be with you. I will support you until I can see something dent, and I will speak. But I can tell you, everybody standing strongly here are honest and people with integrity. Thank you so much, and good afternoon, dear friends.
Now, it did not end there. It did not end there. Just pay attention and hear another one because they are running it on Ogenkere and their camp simply because they want to be relevant. The same thing that helped Ogenkere is what they're doing now. And Ogenkere, I don't know, he's not finding it easier. Though he pretends that he's ATM, even though they are suspending him. You can see this back and forth, like Uyedi, kind of Uyedi stuff like that. But the choice is their own, isn't it? Pay attention because I don't want, the reason why I don't pause it like often is because I don't want it to be too long. We still have, a couple of minutes on the video to go. So let's go there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Freedom Gates. Man, your submission was so articulated, and thank you so much for, gracing the space with all of your knowledge. And you were right on point on every single point you pointed out, you know. And it's all for the betterment of Biafrans and, the whole struggle for freedom that we are onto. For me personally, I would not love a country where Biafrans would not know how to, follow their laws. If they see any little red flag, I would not love a situation where red flags would just be neglected. You understand? So I really, really thank you for your submission, and everything was on point. We grabbed every single point you made out. Um, okay, between Worry Sister and Helen Peters, I think
Let Ellen
Helen
go. Let
Peters.
Ellen go. After Ellen, I will
All right,
come.
all right, all right. Sister Helen, you're down. You have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Mazda K, for hosting us this morning. God bless you. Thank you for your stand, because it is only the truth that will set us free. You understand? And thanks to everyone here present. I really appreciate everybody here. I appreciate you, my sister, Worry Sister. I appreciate you, Freedom. You have said it all. Really, you have said my mind. Because since this whole shenanigans started, I have been watching. You understand? I've fought for people who don't have voices. I do it. So I will not stand in a place that I know, no, this is not fair. Just because I felt my people are at the other side, then I will take my stand with them. I am not the type. I will never be that type. Yes, it pains me that we are misunderstanding ourselves. Of course, it pains me. It hurts me a lot. This thing has even taken me to hospital. I got admitted because I never knew I was in the dark of what I know nothing about. I thought we were really fighting together with one mind. At the time we pushed that evil woman away, I was like, oh, we have arrived. So for this to just came up all of a sudden, and over the night, everything just turned over. I was like, was it planned before? Was it be arranged before? So I now reason. And I believe that what Nigeria said, that they are always ahead of us to bring this struggle down. But most of us, we don't know it. It pains me a lot. It hurts me. You understand? But thank God for these few people that are standing by the truth right now, because we have a charter. We have a bylaw to follow, and nobody is above that law. No one. Nobody is above the law. You must respect the law. No matter who you are, you must respect it. And our Prime Minister has never, ever disrespected his people. He always answers us whenever we called. He always answers us. He never disrespected us. So when this whole thing started, on that fateful night, that the European people came to do what they did, people have already started commenting. They are evil. They are this. Where is APM? APM has been sidelined. APM have been done this. I was like, let us all calm down. We are all in one house. Things will be settled. You understand? But I never knew that people have been called at the back, that things like this will happen and this is what you should do. That is what baffled my heart. We were on the space together. And after which everything was going on, we called for a Telegram meeting. We went for a Telegram meeting. On all of a sudden, I saw that the honorables that fought to bring us to where we are today, their pictures have been cropped out, damaged, that we should go after them. We should start castigating them, that they are the people that want to bring us down. And I was like, how? How did we just arrive at this? And I said, no, I'm not. I told Sonia Akparawa, we don't have to hear from one side and just take our decision. We need to hear from the both sides. APM need to come out and ask, we will ask him questions, and he will take questions from us for us to move ahead. We don't need to break ourselves. This is too early. And everybody was like, oh, they also have agents. Why are you people so fond of sabotage? You call that name saboteurs. You call that name agent. Meanwhile, you are the agents and the saboteurs. I don't understand, because I really, if not until I entered this struggle, I don't know what sabotage is all about, because we don't have it in my blood. And when I believe in you, I believe everything in you. This is whom I am. I am not here to fight this Biafra struggle. We sent